Yeah, 28 grams of moss, 28 grams of moss. Little people the kings, little people the kings. Y'all ain't ready for this, y'all ain't ready for this. Yeah. I'm the champion, I'm the champion, don't know why you cats wanna wait to be with the street just to give you cats a chance to eat. What you got for early getting finished the plate. Now that I'm back, you rap cats are gonna have to wait. Been gone a whole year, still nobody got the leadership or the heart to even fill my spot. I'm the champion, must I say it again? The best in this rap game and I continue to win. Still I'm allergic to that, losing makes me sneeze. Like you phony rap cat, about to make me squeeze. Bring your whole crew, nigga, I'ma swallow that. So when it pops off, ATL is on a holler back. It's 28 grams, nigga. I've been running this shit. So anything in front of me can fuck around and get hit. I follow you rap cats, so you niggas my sons and I'm the truth. Why? Cause I'm the motherfucking champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. Still rep the A&T, but I carry my throne. God bless is the child that can hold it on. And I am that child, as you niggas can see. Cause ain't another rapper out there better than me. And this goes to anybody trying to steal my spot. I'm number one in this shit, so number one you got. So when you can't scream, y'all is the best, I laugh. Like really, you cats don't really know the half. You do the math, and that's yourself who really great. Then add it up and watch it equal up to 28. So that's the little cats know who really the done. I'm overall, I let you niggas fight for number one. See, I put that on my life, put that on my son. Gotta stay the best of people leaking trade love. If I throw it on my key, you can put that on my heart and I'm the God. Cause I'm the motherfucking champion.
Legacy Unlocked. When you're locked out of your vehicle, can't get in your car, call Legacy. Serving West Palm Beach and surrounding cities. That's area code 229-630-7615. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you been denied disability, Social Security, or custodianship of your children? Call Antonio Williams. He has the knowledge and experience to fight the government on your behalf. Let him represent you. That's Antonio Williams, your non-legal attorney consultant.
Just-in-time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at www.justintimeaccessories. Just in Time Accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Check it out. Just in Time Accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at
Make sure you go over to Goli.com and get your Goli gummies today. They have 3 selections, 3 choices to choose from. They have the apple cider vinegar, the ashwagandha, and new, they now have the superfruit. In addition to going over to GoliGummies.com, make sure you use the ATL as your discount code and receive a huge discount. It supports the channel and the podcast. In addition to all of that, the gummies, they're a source of antioxidant. They have vitamins B9, B12, promotes general good health, helps improve your daily health, contains pectin, a source of dietary fiber, uses pectin as a natural prebiotic to support the healthy gut and immune system, includes the mother, a healthy strain of bacteria, antioxidants, and enzymes. Mask the unpleasant taste of the apple cider vinegar. It's simple, it's delicious, it's Goli.
Get in here. Come one, come all. Get in here. Yes, welcome. We have an awesome show for you this evening. If you're new to the channel, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. We're on our road to, I think it's 25,000 subscribers. So go ahead and click that subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing to subscribe. And when you hit that subscribe button, also click the bell. That way you'll be notified every time we go live or we post new videos on this channel. Also hit the like button, which is the thumbs up button. That lets YouTube know that you appreciate what we're doing over here, and then YouTube then share our videos with other people with similar interests as yours. So the channel definitely grows. And of course, comment below. And if you comment below, we'll read your comments on the air and answer your comments accordingly. And as they always say, sharing is caring. So click the share button, share our video, and to share this channel, to share this episode on your social media so your friends and family can come over and see what the craziness is all about. Again, welcome. Tonight I'm joined by none other than the most voluptuous, I tell you, the most roundest, the juiciest. You know, y'all may think I'm talking about Sarah Lee. Duncan Hines. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Mrs. Smith. None of them. Got nothing on this young lady right here. We found it. We found Juicy Cakes.
Blessings, Tony. How are you? I just love your introduction. It just had me so tickled.
You say drive them crazy. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Awesome.
Look, it's Friday. Oh, happy day.
I've been so busy. This has been so crazy. I just want to remind everybody that it's Fine Nigga Friday. Or should I say $5 Friday. So please support the channel. You know, if you can, we appreciate it. You don't necessarily have to, but if you can, we appreciate it. So it's $5 Friday, Fine Nigga Friday. Oh, whoop whoop.
Gone. Put 5 on it.
Speaking of Fine Nigga Fridays, you know, we are also joined by none other than the little short fine nigga, my brother, Legacy the Great.
Hey, Legacy.
ATL in the hole.
Oh Lord, help him, Lord.
Cake, what's up, baby?
Is she doing the mannequin challenge? Or
I think so. What's going on, bro?
What's going on with you?
Tired, man. Tired.
You hiding your dreads?
Yeah, they back there.
You got your little scarf on so your edges lay down.
Never that. I leave that to Cake and Te Amo.
Okay. So the edges lay right.
They little baby hair.
Yes, they ain't had no baby hairs in 40 years.
Look, the lady braided my hair. I said, oh, she braided all my baby hair. I was like, I Chinese.
Yeah. Hey, baby, next time, baby, leave some baby hair out for me to do something with. God dang.
Hey, I had bought me some edge control. I thought I was gonna get the little swoop.
No, ma'am, I get it all.
That must
She
be some
got it
baby hair
all.
in a bag from when she was 2.
Listen, she was a gripper. She gripped it.
Okay. That's right, Juicy.
And
Listen,
she did her thing.
how's everybody doing? Legacy, how's your daughter?
She doing good.
You talk to her again, tell Uncle Tony asked about her.
I
Are y'all
will.
still exercising?
Who? Me and her?
Yeah.
She getting it in, but most of the time I don't get a chance to do it because I'm working these 2 jobs, so I really don't get a chance until like the weekend.
Legacy, they're trying to build a wealth empire in 10 days. So he's been working like 14 jobs.
You
It
let
feels
that
like it, but
Jamaica.
now these two, when you get these 16-hour days in back to back to back, that shit'll catch up to you.
What they say, you tapping into your Jamaican roots.
Okay. Me have 14 job man.
You, yeah, well they can't be working no more than an hour and a half on each one of them then.
Man,
That,
they be like, we don't sleep. Me got some Red Bull
yeah, that why
and Guinness.
they ass look like they be 90 when they 40.
Me doctor, me lawyer, me carpenter, and part-time bartender.
Oh, you want some fish?
I got you. Okay.
What
Let me
other than
talk because
that?
I love me some Jamaica. Hey y'all, how
Hey, Miss
you
D.
doing?
How you doing, D? Click that like button.
Tony, that's
Yes, sir.
one of the individuals I was telling you about that said she enjoyed the show last week. Well, earlier this week.
Yes, I keep getting compliments on the show too. So yeah, I think that was one of our better shows. I think I'm gonna put a few dollars on there and let SEO take that show to another level.
Well, I'm ready to be loose tonight.
Well,
When you said that, it reminded me of this cheer we used to cheer. How funky is your chicken? How loose is your goose?
okay. Yeah, that
Tony,
show
I'm
was
telling you.
with them 9 faces on the screen at one time. Yeah, that was a really interesting show.
You know, I'm noticing that Juicy be telling stories about when she was in school. Juicy almost could have been a little microwave thought pocket back in the day.
She might have been.
Drop the microwave. Drop the microwave.
Drop the microwave.
She didn't say drop the top pocket. She said drop the microwave.
Nah, just being funny. Drop the thought pocket too, but
That
definitely
girl
the
crazy.
microwave.
That girl crazy.
Do the radiation now. Come on.
Oh man.
Yes, God. Listen, Juicy, how's your kids?
Everybody is doing lovely. Niaki got his report card today, and he's so proud of himself, and I am too. He's got his GPA up. He said by next year it's gonna be where it's supposed to be. So I'm
All
happy.
right.
So everything's been good. Yeah.
That is
You know
awesome.
that freshman year, how a basketball player failed PE. Oh, that boy was not doing nothing.
Okay. I just want to remind
Tony,
you. Yeah, go
Tony,
ahead.
as
Mhm.
as much as Juicy be out in that car, we need to have her Juicy in the streets as much as she be in the car when we do this damn show.
Okay.
Listen, I be out here is doing what I gotta do. But I can go in the street if y'all need me to. DC got a lot going on. We gotta do the show daytime though, because in the streets of DC at night, they got rats.
It won't be the first time you ever seen a rat because you ate Chinese food before you became a vegan, so you know how they taste.
Listen, it's on the menu, for real. No, I ain't the first time I done seen a rat. The rat that ran into the Ritz Carlton down here, they are quite comfortable.
Mm.
Dang.
I,
8-star hotel with rats, right?
I believe you. I just want to
They
remind
just
you,
real big
y'all
though.
missed the show that we were talking about on Tuesday. Oh my God, the show was called "Let's Talk About Sex: Grown Folks Conversation."
We
It
didn't
was
really get into that though.
it was a great show, and we got into some great topics. We had some great questions and answers. Um, overall, it was an awesome show. We had, I don't know, oh my God, I don't even know how many guests because they kept popping in, popping out, popping in, popping out. Every time we turned around, there was a new guest. But we had about 9 people on the screen at one time, and it was awesome. So you definitely want to go back and see that show and let us know what you think on the Let's Talk About Sex. Matter of fact, it was so good to the point where I contemplating on doing a part 2 with some new guests. So we probably do one of them once a month. Let's talk about sex grumbles conversation part 2.
Is it gushy in the bushes?
The what?
Is it gushy in the bushes?
Oh my God, that's gonna sound like
Yeah.
a thought pocket in training.
That sound like
That sounds like somebody done creamed.
He's back.
really.
Well,
Yeah.
July 1st is right around the corner, guys. Guess what? And July 1st, that takes Florida as a permitless state and with the right to carry guns and firearms. What does that do for us? What do y'all have to say about that? And what do you think is going to become of that?
We're gonna let Cake start.
Man, I think that's gonna be just a little too much popping off.
I think it's going to open
Um,
up the doors for chaos, total chaos.
that's what
And
I'm
I
saying.
think,
Too much popping off.
yeah, too much popping off. And I think the reason why they passing the ordinance or the new law to have a permitless state is not so much one to imprison more black folks because
Definitely.
there's still a lot of strict penalties and regulations on you for the do's and don'ts, what you can and can't do. And with that thought, people automatically assume that, I can just go get a gun and carry it. No, there's still some things you can't do. Um, and of course, you want to keep anything away from a black person, you put it in writing. So because black folks don't read. So of course they're gonna be missing, or I didn't know, or I thought, or I assumed, or I believed, and they don't care about that. And put these handcuffs on, baby, because you're gonna go to jail.
Put this good jewelry on.
Okay, these good Chanel bracelets. Okay, so I'm saying, so these good silvers. So and then with the white folks who do read and do understand the laws and the rules, is to allow them to be more armed against us.
Hmm. I mean, that's definitely one of the angles. Um, but I remember I seen this clip earlier this week. I don't know. I think you may have sent it to me, but it was showing that even though this bill does and law does start to go into effect at 12 a.m. You no longer have to have a weight limit on going to purchase a gun. I think it's what 72 hours or something. Um, you also can't go into airport, courthouses, libraries, schools, um, things of that nature, um, with weapons. And
Right.
you will still be up under the same penalties of carrying a gun when you go into these areas because they're gonna prosecute you to the fullest. My thing is,
Exactly.
I want to lean more towards what you said about the mission of getting more felons. A lot of blacks. Hold on. D said a lot of senseless deaths are going to happen. Correct.
I agree,
Correct. A
D.
lot of senseless deaths are going to happen, and this is why this is happening because one, we know that when you tell people, special convicted felons, that now they can go get guns or they can walk around with guns, um, it makes it to where now it's a cat and mouse game because the only way police officers have a reason or a way to want to search you for a gun is if they know that you're a known convicted felon.
Mm-hmm.
So, other than that, the scariest part about it is being pulled over, and then because they're gonna ask you every time now, do you got a gun on you? And when people are starting to say yes, if you have the wrong law officer or law enforcement agency there, like the police, and they're timid and they're already scared of being, out there. At any time they can say that their life was at fear.
Right.
And say you reach for your gun and you're dead. And
Exactly.
at the same time, before this rule should have came about, the only thing that I think that needs to happen is that these individuals that are now going to purchase guns, there needs to at least be about a 3-week class, a free 3-week class, to where the sheriff office or the city where you are having these classes to inform you of these laws, the rules, how you go about doing these things before this permit or non-permit that you are engaged into being able to carry this gun. Because like you say, Tony, if you don't have the laws, the rules, the underhand, it's like reading a contract and the words are very legible and you can see them real good. But the shit that they don't want you to see is very, very small and you need a magnifying glass. And it's right there, but because it's so small and very, what I'm saying, elusive, you tend to not even want to look at it because it's so small. But that is where all the information is at. And that covers them to say, well, like you say, well, it was already there in the fine print. I didn't see it. Well, it was at the bottom. It's not there. It's not the law enforcement's responsibility to inform you once you have it of what you can and can't do with it. I think it's a great thing. I mean, for people to be able to arm themselves, because regardless if I'm a convicted felon or not, I ain't never gonna be naked. I rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. So the law didn't affect me no kind of way. And at any time now, I'm sorry to say this, but black folks are looked upon as aggressive. Black folks are looked upon as angry, mean, hateful people. And white people are looked upon as perfect, lily white, nothing goes on wrong. They wouldn't hurt a fly. Right. So at any time an argument starts between the European race and the African race, there's gonna be more bloodshed. And like I say, it's definitely like between a rock and a hard place. You want to be able to protect yourself, but when people are not educated on how to use a gun other than to pull a trigger, people are not educated on first learning how to de-escalate a situation and learning that do everything you can in a situation before this gun is pulled out. If you don't teach people how to de-escalate, that's not only from law enforcement. And law enforcement got to understand that just because somebody's talking hard to you and at you doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have your hand on your gun.
Right.
Because that's one of their number one go-to is to reach for your gun. You coming at people hostile. You don't have all the information before you decide to go at somebody. You just going because you got a call, and it may not even be the type of situation that you need your gun for. Right. But everybody is grown, and people are not going to allow you, whether you law enforcement, whether you're a principal, superintendent, manager at your job. Grown folks ain't letting grown folks talk to them crazy.
You're absolutely right.
So we need to starting from law enforcement down. If you want to keep the community safe, give out free classes so that these people can go through these classes, sign up saying that they've been through them and that they're educated on what it is they need to do with a firearm.
But, and then as great as that sound, that's too much like rights. Because if they did that, they'll keep the niggas out of jail. And see, they ain't trying to keep us out of jail.
Well, that's the thing, Tony. People don't have to keep your ass out of jail. You should want to keep your own ass out of jail. So therefore, you knowing that these people ain't gonna educate you, you need to educate yourself. And it's so easy because it's only in the state of Florida right now because you have to the state of Florida. This ain't the whole United States. So you need to know that while you're living in the state of Florida, that what's the do's and don'ts up under this policy and law.
Right.
Love yourself enough to first not put yourself in harm's way by knowing what you can and what you can't do with this law. Once you know it, you comfortable with it, then embark on the journey of carrying it. Because you can believe police officers are going to kill a lot of people unjustifiably, and they're gonna get away with it now.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, I saw him reach. I saw her reach. What you mean? Reach for what? She had a gun on her. I don't know if she gonna use it. Now somebody dead. Police officer getting a goddamn award and all of this. They're all because nobody had clarity and understanding of what this law really meant. Because watching that video that I saw, police officers are very afraid right now.
Oh, definitely.
They're definitely in an uproar. They don't understand why would DeSantis pass this law because it makes them on edge because not everybody can walk around without being searched and seized with this happening. What's going on?
Let me just read to you what I had screenshot yesterday off from a news channel. It says here permitless carry breakdown. 1, won't have to apply for a permit. 2, won't have to have their background check. 3, won't have to take an instrumental course. Then it says eligibility requirements: being 21 years old or older, legal U.S. citizen. It's right there, being legal U.S. citizens. And a lot of people may think, not even realize it. They just think that because I'm here, I can carry a gun. No, not if you're not a U.S. citizen.
Right.
So that's gonna put a damper on immigrants.
You know, it's like Legacy. I agree with.
You're breaking up, KK.
Okay, am I back?
Go ahead.
Okay, I agree with everything you're saying, and the part that like really baffles me with what's going on is like this is like a blatant setup for martial law, because ain't no way people gonna be walking around just freely able to shoot and not get shot back at. You know, like everybody gonna be.
D said, right, keep your own ass out of jail.
Oh, here's something I didn't catch. Also, you must be a permanent Florida resident.
Yeah, that's why I said you have to be here in Florida. That's why you have to know the Florida law.
Right, and this doesn't, and leaving out of the state, this doesn't go to Georgia. This is like, you know,
Right.
those brothering neighboring states.
But
This
Kate, but
doesn't
hold on.
apply to.
Hold on, Kate. Georgia is another non-permanent. You can't a police officer unless he knows in the state of Georgia. Georgia did it before Florida like 2 years ago. Georgia, you can go around with a gun now. If an officer, like I said, if an officer see you with it and they know you're a convicted felon, they can come to you. But if they don't know you're a convicted felon, don't know your name and then and they see it, they still can't come up to you and talk to you about your gun. So it wouldn't bother. It would still be okay for you to travel cross lines let me say this clearly, to travel cross lines if you don't have any felony, but with the gun. But if you have felonies and you travel state lines with that gun, not only do you have a federal charge, but you have 2 charges, one for each state.
Right.
Okay, so like for that example, I know Georgia has some weird laws, and they will give you the most freedom, and then there's a little thin line, but you can't drink, can't do this, can't do something that it'll a loophole to catch a nigga by the pinky toe and get him, just hang him right there. Now
Yeah.
you saying you can cross over, but if, like you said, you got to know the Florida law, you got to know Georgia law, you got to know every state you're going to travel into and carry with, because the terminology of the law is going to differentiate between state to state. And I don't know why y'all put this man in office. He just keeps surprising us.
Well, the thing is with DeSantis, I'm following him good. DeSantis is doing everything to make himself the prime candidate for the Republican Party. He understands that to have a toehold on the state of Florida, which carries a lot of electoral votes, he needs to have people, especially his constituents, to feel like he's gonna be the president if they put him in office to make the hard decisions that Biden has nowhere near ever made since he's been in office. And
the decisions are making an example out of the people.
Yes. And you got to understand what DeSantis is doing. DeSantis is also, he knows that he needs the conservative individuals from like the churches area. He wants those people from who believe in Christ and the church and all of that to believe that he's the best candidate, because that's one of his reasons for making that rule about, you can't be calling kids different names in schools and stuff. Whatever name they were born with, that's the name you're going to call them in the schoolhouse. Any teacher that does not do what he's telling them to do, he's removing them from school. So he's playing
the
a good.
crazy part, when I was in school, they couldn't even pronounce my name. Now you gonna so you making the teacher have to call.
So they weren't calling you Juicy Cake in kindergarten?
No, they was tripping, talking about Nicole. But they'll call me Nicole Paris. My brother named Paris. My last name is Purse. They would never say Purse, they say Percy, Per se. They wouldn't say it right, never.
They never say Pussy? So they never said Nicole Pussy?
No, they didn't say. They saw the purr, so they had to get the purr. they got the purr, and then they fuck it up.
But
so how many teachers gonna lose their job?
A lot.
Eligibility requirements: being 21 years old, legal U.S. citizen, permanent Florida resident, cannot be an unlawful user or addicted to controlled substances. That last little comment, and also the bill that he just passed.
Can't be a user.
You know what? He put the guns in the right hands, but not y'all.
But listen, just imagine a person out on the night, went out sober, had his or her gun, and something happened and they have to use their gun. They're now going to give you a drug test and a breathalyzer test to see if you are under the influence of something. And if you are under the influence of something at the time when that incident took place, it's going to void your right to have had that gun on you at that time. So now, like Cake said, the little pinky toe shit, that's it.
Right?
Man, he got you. It's like almost checkmate in a little bit.
And think about it. Everybody I know, 98% of my friends smoke weed. So that means ain't none of them carry a gun.
I guess I'm the only motherfucker around here that gonna be able to let that thing rain.
Well, let me see what the other sign say.
Won't have to apply for a permit. Won't have to have their background check. Won't
Yeah, I
have to
read
take
that.
an instructional course.
Now let me show
See,
you. Let me
and
show you where.
all that's recklessness right there. All that's recklessness. Because how you gonna say you don't have to apply for a permit, you won't have your background check, but you can't be unlawful.
But I'm
So
finna
you
show you,
asking these
Cake. I'm
people
finna
to
show you.
help.
I'm finna show you. I am finna show you how they finna get niggas.
I already know. They want people to be
Niggas
truthful
with
too.
felonies don't understand that now you don't have to have a background check now. But when you go to purchase this gun, it still runs through the NCIC because they have to put that gun in the system that they sold it to you.
Right.
They have to put your name in there saying they sold the gun to you. If you as a convicted felon go in and that person sell that gun to you, because they have removed the responsibility from the owner of the guns who are selling them to say you can't do a background check, but you still have to record who you sold the gun to. That has to go into the NCIC because it's being kept as a record. Once they know a person with a felony purchased that gun, that's illegal within itself because
Right.
you know that you are a convicted felon. You shouldn't be purchasing guns. So
Right.
That's
now we're
like
no longer going to stop you from
I'm
purchasing
asking.
them.
I want to ask you a question. That's the
Okay,
same as like lying on the stand, right?
correct.
Okay, go ahead.
So now you don't went and purchased the gun. The federal government see that you purchased the gun. Now they're looking for you because you broke the law by going to buy a gun knowing you was a convicted felon. That's a
Oh,
federal charge.
and what's that? Indentured servant?
An indentured servant would be a regular citizen
Well, I'm
who is
saying that once they go to jail,
what?
then now they done lost all their rights and they back being making our license plates, picking our cotton. You know what? I'm not being funny, but I seriously was just saying, like, I know how cotton and the slave, it was oppressive and it was a bad thing the way they were doing this. But we need more cotton garments. Like we really need cotton to come back again. And bam, that man right there did the thing there. He said, "I
Wow.
got him coming for y'all."
Told her, please email Juicy Cakes and tell her to send Juicy Cakes back. Cause Juicy is crazy.
As hell. Yeah, so some more Pookies and Ray Rays and our cousins gonna be locked up.
Because guess
Yes.
what? They are gonna go into these pawn shops and they are gonna purchase these guns because nobody can check to see if you got a felony. But like Kate said, they go that pinky toe. We didn't tell you that your name wasn't gonna go through the NCIC and notify the federal government that your felony carrying ass just purchased a gun. What address he said he live at? Okay, we'll be there. We're gonna give him a week. Go over there and
Right.
pick him up.
Pick him up and the gun.
And the
And all
gun.
those people who on probation and can't be around. Oh, I feel so sorry for my people because you know what? The thing about it is, unless they watch the ATL show, they don't even get this information.
Oh
They
no.
just up shit's creek without a paddle.
Oh no.
Y'all
Listen,
better
and the crazy thing is,
tell friends and cousins that's felons and use marijuana.
and drank.
Oh Lord.
We got the information here for them.
And if you need deeper information and deeper insight in it, call 229-630-7615 or call 561-907-9120 26. You will hit Mr. Legacy himself, and for a small fee, I will educate you, get you the information you need properly and promptly, get it notarized by my brother, Mr. AB at the top, that you have went through this class, and then you should be good to go after that.
Yes. Leave
I just
that.
want our people to be like Kate said. And I said you have to educate yourself before you embark on this journey. It is most definitely a slippery slope, and it looks good. You see that goddamn cherry, but it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, and it's sad that they flipping the script on people. They really are. And people looking at this as a good thing and oh we get to, but remember everything that glitter ain't gold. And
Amen.
it's just another way to oppress and enslave the feeble-minded ones who think they can. The
But
engine was blue, y'all.
but what I will say is to every individual who don't have a felony, please stop spending your money on Xbox 500s. Stop buying PlayStation 37s. Go out here and purchase up guns. You need to be able to prepare for the when the bullshit start, and you need to be able to um, protect your home. This is why these laws are changing in this facet, because they're giving you an opportunity as a citizen who doesn't have criminal activity on their record, doesn't have felonies, to be able to buy up as many guns as you want to. Because guess what? DeSantis know what they're doing behind the scene. He know that they're getting ready to remove people's constitutional right to bear arms. He understands this. He sees it. He knows he's in these meetings. He knows that this is what they're doing. That's just like he's the same. He's the same governor that is saying that this cashless system that they're trying to push from the federal government, that it won't happen here in the state of Florida, because he don't want the federal government coming in and trying to control how people spend money in the state of Florida. And by him being the governor of the state of Florida, he has the right to refuse certain things that come from the federal government. And, that's another good thing about him, that, it seems that he's definitely fighting for the rights of Florida citizens in a way and in a facet to where he makes the federal government respect Floridians' civil rights. And I could give him kudos to that, because I don't know too many governors who stand against the federal government when it comes to becoming tyrants and pushing their agenda on every state. We don't have to have them. We don't have to oblige by them and things of that nature when we don't want it in our state. So, Trump, I'm for you, but my man, I'm gonna need you to get in here and do some stuff, because I gotta tell you, DeSantis whooping ass right now.
Taking names with it too.
Moving right along.
He being Santa Claus. Gotta listen. He checking it twice.
Chi-chi.
I just want to remind everybody that the month of June is recognized as National Pride Month. So go out and find all your family, friends, neighbors that's a part of the LGBTQIA community, and give them a great big old hug and a kiss on the jaw from Anthony, and let them know how much you love and appreciate them.
So, oh man.
You're a whole fool. There
What we
was
got next, baby?
We
on
love
Twitter.
you.
On Twitter, they were saying that they were tired of Beyonce promoting the Les twins. She has these two guys that she found.
The dancer.
They're called the Les. They're called the Les twins, and they're really good dancers. And usually when she go on tour, she always have them like right up front. because they are really good dancers. They won the So You Could Dance thing competition. So they are very well known, and they became known actually through Beyonce, because when they first visited America many years ago, Jay-Z had actually heard about them and sent somebody to Times Square where they were found dancing, for change to survive, and say that we need you. And he introduced them to Beyonce, and then ever since then they've been like every time she go on tour, boom. And but the reason why they're saying that they need to stop promoting those two twins, because this guy here, he's also one of Beyonce's dancers, and he's equally as good, if not better. But because of the fact that he's black, of course, on Twitter, Twitter is killing and pushing this dude right here to the forefront so that he gets more notoriety than the twins. But this dude is one of Beyonce's dancers, built better than the twins as far as body structure and form, but I said dance equally as great. So Black Excellence, I'm gonna promote my black brother as opposed to the Les Twins, who's not brothers, only because he's a brother. So yeah,
So
hats off to the brother.
so he's already one of her dancers,
This guy is one of her dancers right now, currently.
and she not promoting him.
She's not, he's not being pushed up front and in the limelight. But the fans, they're videotaping him and putting him in the limelight because they'll like instead of going to the concert and videotaping Beyonce, they'll videotape this guy here and then show him on Twitter or show him on Instagram or show him on Facebook as Beyonce's dancer with Beyonce in the background or Beyonce's music playing. So the general public is boosting him up.
Gotcha. So what do these other twins look like? You got a picture of them?
I don't right now, but let me see if I can pull one up real quick.
But
Okay.
I mean, I could looking at him, he kind of favors Cisco, and I think
thought so too.
he's going for that look. That's why he went and got his hair dyed like that, because he's heard my opinion is that somebody told him he favors Cisco a lot, and with that hairdo, that hairstyle color, it does bring out that look.
He does look like Cisco. He does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I it be throwing me off sometimes with Beyonce, but I also do know it's entertainment.
But it's supposed to be entertainment, Kate, but it's always a hidden agenda. I don't know why. It's okay to promote that, but I mean, if you got these people on your payroll, everybody should get some time in the spotlight. Everybody. Because these
I
are the
agree.
ones that brings out, that's the like, um, I'm only as great as I am on this podcast because I have great people that I work with. Kate bring out a different side of me. Thelma brings out a different side of me. And I bring out something in each one of you guys as well. That I always wanted to see the fierce side of Kate, to where she comes out and be, oh no, because she was always on this fucking rainbow. But I also wanted to see a softer side of Thelma. And over the years I have. But that comes because you can be good, but you don't get to that great pinnacle until you are around people that bring out greater things in you than what you was able to do for yourself.
Let me tell you, the Les twins are so good at their dancing, and one because they're twins, so that sets them apart. And then to have two twins both being excellent dancers, but because they're so good that there's other celebrities that have wanted them to be on tour with them and have canceled their contract at the last minute because they said, oh no, everybody's gonna be looking at them and not me.
Right.
Because they're such great dancers that they're afraid they're going to look at the two dancers, the twins, as opposed to them, the celebrity. That's how good they are. But
I need to
there's
check them out. And they're mixed.
I think they're from Paris or London or somewhere, France or somewhere.
Them folks mix. On the picture you just sent, the motherfucker looked just like Michael Jackson.
Which one?
Both of them right there looking like Michael Jackson in '84.
I meant which Michael Jackson. I ain't mean which one of them.
84.
No, it's about white Michael and black Michael.
Right.
Yeah. I'm talking about they looking on that picture. See, like right there, they could have, they look like they. But I mean, I don't saw them dance before, Tony, and they've not done one thing that I ain't seen someone do, white or black, as choreographers. They haven't done anything other than to be able to say that they dance with Beyonce.
And they're twins.
And they're twins. So I don't seen other white dancers that be performing, that do everything that they do and do it just as good.
It's a big deal about being twins now.
Yeah. We ain't never seen twins before. We ain't never seen no twin dancers.
No.
So she's a twin.
Yes.
Sit your ass down.
It's something about them twins, though. I'm just saying. We doing numbers.
Whatever.
Me and Tony twins. He just was born before me.
he what 20,000 minutes older.
Okay.
She forgot to push.
Yeah, held me back all them doggone years.
Pastor June Murder Mysteries by Reverend Lee M. Sapp, Christian fiction for grown folks. The novel series revolves around the day-to-day life of June Harris, pastor of St. Mark Church and former homicide detective. The series exposes the realistic joys and challenges of her life as a pastor and her relationships with family, friends, and community, and how they all intertwine with her gift for solving murder mysteries. Ministry is what she loves. Solving murder is what she does.
The federal government has recently passed some new bills as far as like dealing with the educational system and this is what this pastor had to say about it.
50 years ago or 200 years ago, when the blacks were slaves, did they ever go to Washington, D.C. and have a rally 200 years ago to protest against slavery? Did they? No. What did they do? Well, a lot of good people in the plantations would say, hey, it's wintertime. Let us help build a church for you, dear folks. And they loved them and taught them how to read so they can read the Bible. And here's what the blacks did about 150 years ago. They humbled themselves. They prayed. They sought God's face and they turned from their wicked ways, and God made slavery illegal through several white presidents, right? It worked, didn't it? They didn't protest.
What kind of foolishness is he talking about?
You know, you gotta send that to my phone. I gotta hear that a little better because I didn't hear him. I didn't hear him.
I didn't hear him at all. But go on and break it down what he said, Tony.
The part that I heard was he made blacks humble. So we gotta play that.
He's gonna say that the slavery was a good thing, and that we as blacks didn't have, I guess, sense enough to go protest when we were enslaved. Only thing we did was we humbled ourselves and we prayed and we turned from our wicked ways Which motherfucker? What wicked ways? Y'all was
being defiant and not obeying master. If we'd have kept on picking and kept on doing what we needed to do for them, then we wouldn't be in this shenanigans of a world today. We wouldn't have polyester blends.
Okay. So he sounds like he was still mentally he's still a slave master.
I'm gonna say this. It was crazy that you got this story today because I was just talking to one of my coworkers and I was telling them how black folks are up at they rave about Abe Lincoln supposedly freeing the slaves. And a lot of people don't understand that Abe Lincoln ain't freed no goddamn slaves. Abe Lincoln, the only reason the Civil War took place, it wasn't so much as they wanted black folks to be free in the North and in the South. It was the cotton trade that the North felt like they were being cheated out of money because the North had just as many slaves as the South did. And they had a lot of ports where slaves were being shipped in and docked at and being sold up north. And the truth is the whole ordeal behind the Civil War was not because Lincoln wanted to free no goddamn slaves. It was because they felt that they were being cheated out of money. So before they let the South, who's supposed to be slower than the North, control the cotton industry, they would rather destroy and blow up the whole goddamn thing, which would be to free the slaves, because they understood that the slaves were the one who was actually out there picking this goddamn cotton. So when he talks like that and says, "Oh well, those black people, all they did was humble themselves." What you mean humble themselves? If they didn't hold their goddamn tongue, you would cut it out. If they didn't hold their goddamn tongue and just pray to God, you'd have hung them by a tree. If anybody would have spoke up and said Master was unfair, they would make an example out of that person so that it could cause somebody to be humbled and say, "Don't you goddamn ever try this again." So what he needed was for legacy to be there. He needed for legacy to be right there when that honky said that bullshit right there. That's who needed to be there when he said that. So I could have put his racist ass in place to where when I would have told him is he need to go back up in them Caucasus Mountains, because before his people even knew how to wash their ass and clean their pussycats, it took the Moors to come over there where y'all was at, which were black indigenous people, to come over there to teach you and let you hoes know what lights were. Know that you can go out there to this river water and boil it and come in and clean your ass and dish your pussy a whole lot. Stop talking this fuck crazy shit that you be talking, you white, uneducated, I'm talking about indoctrinated cracker. We are no longer allowing y'all to indoctrinate us into this bullshit. That slave shit, if you gonna do it, you better go ahead and do it mentally, because that physical shit, it won't happen again. Y'all better kill legacy first, because I'm Nat Turner. I'm the new Nat Turner.
Oh, shit. I was gonna say you need to have me with you so I can put that powder in your hand so you can slap it.
Oh Lord.
Joseph, hit me with it.
Okay.
Get back now. Go sit your tail down.
Listen, it just behooves me how white people can say the stuff they say out their mouth. And I'm talking about hold dear to it. As if black people had the right and the okay. Well, Master, I don't want to be up under this tyranny no more. I think it's best I go ahead and leave this goddamn cotton field and let you and this mule have it. But go on down there and act like you about to leave. And when you get down there and get ready to walk out the gate, see how many bullets fly over the top of your head.
Yeah, like we had a choice.
And then once you get up there, and you die, and you go right under the God, and you say, God, was I not humbled enough? So me telling him I ain't want no more beatings with a thick ass piece of goddamn whatever goddamn whip is made out of. You, Lord, you mean to tell me, Lord, you allowed them folks to put that stuff in the Bible that said slaves obey your master?
Right.
But the crazy thing is this: you as a human being have free will to not even serve God. But you tell me that I got to obey my earthly master, but you tell me I got free will to choose if I want to serve you, God, or not. That's crazy to me.
That's true.
See, these people playing with legacy. He say that to the right, or he say that to the right people.
The white niggers.
Yeah, that's who he say that to, because he won't say that to legacy.
And to stand in the pulpit in the name of Jesus and say that.
But I keep trying to tell y'all, white people have a different Jesus than black people. White people have a Jesus that tell them it's okay to beat your slaves. It's okay to kill black folks if they rebel. It's okay because that is your property. Black folks, Jesus say, take that ass whipping, forgive them, always forgive them, and always forgive them.
And bake them a pie.
And bake them a pie and let them take your wife and sleep with her and forgive them.
See, what they should have been doing is baking them some chocolate cake.
Okay, Minnie.
Okay.
Leave the pies alone.
I want you to know, it's two people on here on this podcast that couldn't have been brought up in the slave. That's Juicy and Kate and Legacy and Grace. Me and Juicy would have been dead before they what you say? You shipping me what? I'm finna go what? I'm finna go work all the days of my life until I die.
I'd have been like,
that would have been a house visit. I would have been okay.
You see what I'm talking about? It's you motherfuckers. The one that nigga.
every now and then the master would have bucked me, and I would have had no problem.
See, this the stuff. Give it us free.
Yes, master.
I'm coming in there thinking the man hurting you. You over there tomorrow. Leave.
Get out. He's not done yet.
Kate, we over there in the hut, Kate, wondering why Tony get to come home with a whole potato pie.
A whole
Tony,
pie.
where Jeanette at? I left her over there at Massa.
Okay.
She wouldn't do right. She was on that the butt of her pants. That's so wrong.
I guarantee them folk would have been killed Legacy.
Listen, I don't know if they would have killed me. They had to catch me.
Listen, ain't now slave ran faster than Kunta Kinte, and they caught his ass too. Them folks would have caught you, Juice, and hunched on you all night, and about 4 of them, and then they would have dropped your ass in a hole.
And I'd have climbed right out that hole and kept running again.
When the folks get through cracking your goddamn back wide open with that goddamn whip, you see Kunta changed his whole name. Somebody's name was Toby.
Listen, I'd have been making my hair straight talking about I was Susan.
Did you not see Jingo? I'm talking about Carrie Hilton was pretty just like you on there, and them folks still hit that goddamn back when she ran.
I know, I saw it.
Speaking of Juicy being pretty, Darren called me this morning. I was like, yeah, Juicy is a little hottie. She's sexy.
From the show?
I said, and she's juicy.
I know, Darren.
Okay.
What they would have called her back then, Tony? They wouldn't have called her Juicy K. They'd have called her Juicy Biscuit.
They would have called me the real hush puppy.
Not the real hush puppy.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Y'all, we too funny. We just be having too much fun. I think we got something else to talk about, right?
Yeah, I got one more video. Hold on.
Nutrition is the key to a healthy, strong body. Therefore, we need to take control of our health. My passion comes from my adversities, and now I'm empowering people to gain control of their health by introducing healthy snacks for life, which is filled with non-toxic high-quality substances derived from nature. It was designed to stop the human consumption of eating unnatural sugars, so they can maintain a healthy lifestyle while snacking. Healthy Snacks for Life is diabetic-friendly, filled with vitamins, minerals, beta-carotene, proteins, fats, and more. It's a balanced alkaline mix that's crunchy, delicious, and nutritious. It's also affordable, combined with nutritional factors that our bodies needs. So do it for yourselves, do it for your children and families, and do it for others. Try Healthy Snacks for Life. Today, you will not regret it.
Okay. Make sure y'all go out and get your healthy snacks for life.
ATL ho!
Ms. Veronica, she also has seasoning for life, alkaline-based diet. Her seasoning is awesome, so make sure you get her seasoning as well. But this video here is I just thought was cute. It was a grandmother and a grandson interacting. And this is what we need. This is what we're missing. Check it out.
Hold your head up and talk down to me. Listen. You do what you are instructed to do. Okay? Look at me when I'm talking to you. And don't give me that pleasant look. That pleasant look. You don't know when you are instructed to do something. Now you may do all this. Do this way at home? Well, why the hell do you come here and do it? It ain't gonna work here. Understand? And let me tell you something. With children, you don't know. You headed for trouble, boy. You better try to listen to somebody trying to help and save you. Okay? When grown folks tell you what to do, let me tell you, baby, I love you. But when you think you're grown, you see, who else have you seen do this? Well, where you get this shit from? Just you, huh? Look at me when you talk to me. Look at me. Look at me straight. Hold your head up. Do you think 11 years old, you can do what you want to do? How you want to do it? Well, why you do it? Why you do it? Why you do it? You ain't wrong. Who have you seen do that? Let me tell you something, buddy. And let him stay over here. I'm going to tell you something. It ain't going to work here. You might get away with a bunch of that bullshit over yonder down. You ain't going to do it here. And one of these days, you will be proud of it. Because you don't know what you're doing. You're headed for trouble. And you don't want to be in no trouble, do you? Well, you better listen to somebody that love you. Now, if I didn't love you, I wouldn't give a damn what happened to you. But you my blood. Okay? You gonna what? Somebody could knock the hell out of you out there on them streets out there. What the hell do you think you are? Who have you seen do that? This nigga here need to be in a penitentiary somewhere.
No, he don't. He just need to be taught.
Oh, I know that. I know that. He ain't got about. It's sad because children don't know no more than what you teach and tell them. Do you do this kind of stuff at home?
But you walked without me giving you
What
that.
trailer house?
But the thing is, I left him in the house. When I come back, his ass was outside.
What trailer house you walked to? I don't know what trailer, but the point is, I left y'all inside. I know. Who you know at a trailer house? Who? But you ain't at a trailer house. Don's father. Who? Gregory, you cannot do that, son. If I tell y'all to stay a certain place, didn't you just say earlier you saw the next door neighbors with a gun? All right, then why would you be outside when I pull up, walking? Baby, you don't do that, Greg. You do what you are instructed to do. So if somebody would have shot you or killed you outside, I would have been liable because I instructed you to be in the house and you outside. You wasn't. Baby, look here. You're 11 years old. I'm trying to tell you something. Help you because I love you. And you listen to me. I ain't going to tell you nothing wrong, baby, because I love you. You're mine. My blood, okay? When grown folks tell you what to do, not to do, and what to do, you listen to them because you don't know nothing. You think you know. You don't know nothing, baby. You got to be taught. You got to be taught. And it's one thing for sure, he's sad. It's so sad. But I'm going to tell you something, y'all. You can't fault these children. Because you got to have parents that love you. My Lord. Oh, Jesus.
A grandmother's love is what it's called.
Listen, that's today that needs to be a parent's love.
Right.
And that's where this generation is really missing. The grandmas today are who could be the parents, but they the grandmas. I'm talking about my generation. And we still having fun going out to the clubs buying bottles instead of sitting down with our children having that kind of talk about right and wrong and what needs to be done. And these kids is, they off the chain.
And this child is 11 years old doing what the hell he want to do.
Well, a lot of times that reason is because, like I try to tell people that one parent household where, like the mom was saying, she had to leave to go do whatever she had to go do, and she told them to stay in the house. I done been 11, and I know when my mama died at the door, and I got her scheduled down, that I had time to run outside and do what I wanted to do for a while. But once I found out that mama had Miss Emma next door also watching, and the other older lady down the street watching to see if we was outside, and after I wore a few ass whippings for being outside, not knowing how my mama, I'm thinking she got goddamn 20 eyes around this thing, and not knowing that she been telling the old lady next door to watch out. But when you don't have,
that's called a village.
Yes, the village. If you don't have someone home or another adult to supersede a child, that type of stuff takes place because there's no one there to govern or to enforce that rule. And it's hard for single moms or single dads that's raising kids on their own out here in the world and ain't got, hey, Tay, I'm up.
Hey, baby.
Hey, mama, aka that right, the boss lady. Yeah, Tony, dock her ass $50 for being late.
That sound about right to me. So dock me when I get a check. We just gonna hold your check.
Hey, look, just hold it.
Hey, look, you can hold my whole check. That means we get paid either way. I don't
mind. But that's what it is. I mean, and like I say all the time, our kids go to school 8 hours out of the day. 8 hours out of the day. So those are 8 hours that they're not around people that really love them. Not saying that there's no teachers in there that don't love them, but that don't really love them because they're influenced by other kids that don't love them. Some teachers don't care and don't love them. So they're taking in all this information and thinking that because it's coming from school, then they come home and mama ain't home because mama got to work a double. Daddy ain't home because daddy working late. And the only other person that's there is my big sister, my big brother. And if he a year or she a year older than me, you can't tell me what to do. So we have to find a way to say, child care is super expensive. Say I'm gonna pay damn near like $200 a week.
Amen.
To sit my nephew in a damn daycare. So a lot of parents are having their children stay home because they barely can afford where they living at, and they have to be able to pay. And if you got two small kids, you might just bring your check to the daycare service.
All right.
Yeah, because they're only gonna give you a 10% discount for the second child. Like,
Nah,
Right.
you better get you a job at the daycare.
That's gonna be your fourth job, Thelma.
Hey, it might be, but nah, I'm good. I
Yeah,
get
cause
paid enough to where I can do it.
because you whoop people children.
Amen. And they mama if they get wrong.
So yeah, we don't need her working at nobody daycare.
And now that the laws have changed, you might get pistol whipped.
That's why a lot of
Amen.
jobs at daycares because they have their kids in the daycare.
What you say, Tony?
That's why a lot of ladies that I've known in the past that when they had infants, when they had little newborn babies or whatever, or 2-year-old, 3-year-old, whatever, 4, and they had to go to daycare, they would get a job at a daycare.
I can't do it. They don't pay enough. I'll be at the poorhouse.
Hey, you best ride and work at that daycare and then worked all week and you check me $78 because you done had your goddamn child here for 2 weeks straight. That's what you see. I
And they
can't play.
charge for lunch.
Bro,
Don't forget that.
that's a double negative right now.
They charge
And
for
plus,
lunch
I don't like
too.
kids. I'm allergic to kids. That won't work.
That's all you around.
I know. That's why I think God got the most funniest sense of humor I have ever seen.
I said the new video today, I said, if I ain't know no better, I swear God is punking us. Like, he got certain people being watched and we being by the whole world. We just getting these lessons straight pumped. He pulling our whole card left and right.
Okay.
It's just unbelievable.
What card, Juicy?
God pulled our whole card.
Yeah.
So
Anybody that know me know I don't like no darn children. Don't get it twisted. I love them, but I'm allergic to them. I just take some Benadryl and just go through life.
you and Tony must got the same makeup or something because Tony don't want no children around. He love kids, but he don't want them at his house.
Tony be on the phone with me when I be trying to get rid of people. I done got rid of 2 kids. They in Ocala with people I don't even know. Honey, Tyson ain't going nowhere. Because I could send him to Miami. He got big brothers. Listen, Linda ain't finna do that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to throw to his little butt somewhere and then his big brother Justin got him. Them. But we going to drive over to Cape Coral and do a drop-off on his ass, too. No
When you
pressure.
come get him, his ass will be playing football or baseball.
Okay, never mind. He can't go to Cape Coral.
He gonna have to get some of that. Uncle Dre gonna make sure he gets some of that. But I mean, it's good to see. It's definitely good to see that there's still big mamas out there in the world that actually do what that grandmother was doing And if I mean, it's not a hard job. I mean, it's really not a hard job to sit down and express the hard things about life to your kids or grandkids. But it's also, you got to do it with love. And grandmama didn't play. Grandma didn't play just then. And I mean, it just seemed like all the great teaching, all the hard lessons that you get to avoid by listening to the older people is being erased. It's like the older people are dying off so fast now that the history that and the understanding that you would get as an adolescent from your grandparent, you know, you don't get to get it no more, because half of the time your mama 20, your mama 17, 18 when she have you. So by the time she 32, you 15, and you know, y'all more like sisters and brothers than you are, you know, mama and child. And your mama in the club, your dad is still in the club, and next thing you know, 3 years after that, you bump into your mama and your daddy both in the club. And so it's really like the main instructions that you need is to be able to survive and understand the instructions has to come from either a very stable, suitable parent who's very, you know, attached to their child and trying to guide them the right way, and not only telling them the right things to do, but they can look at you for the example.
Right.
And because, you know, some parents want you to, you know, do as I say, not as I do. That don't work. That don't work. And we have to do better than that. I mean, but, you know, I think, believe me, I think that ass whipping that Thelma gave that girl at school, it's going to resonate with her.
Oh, I'm sure it resonated with her. Much of a better person. I wish she had gotten like an end of the year report, but I know she's doing good. Grades went up, attitude changed.
Yeah.
Respectful to the teachers and her peers. I know it.
She see Thelma right now. She be like, hey, Miss Copeland.
Yeah.
How you doing? Yeah, I made the honor roll. See, that village shit is real.
Yeah,
real.
That village
I got
love.
one of my villages in the car with me. My brother them in town, so I have my little well, she's my oldest niece in the car with me. Oh yeah, you gotta cut that where they at, and I'm that person.
Yeah.
And
trust
I want
me,
this generation to stop doing with our kids. Stop putting your bitterness into your kids. Like, just stop that foolishness. I had a girl today, she literally told, I can't stand you because you got your daddy ugly face. You got me with him, what they got to do with the baby?
You could stand his ugly face when he was getting it.
Yeah, I be like, honey, I could
you ain't tell that man now time. You ain't tell
like,
she ain't tell that man now time. Get out of me with your ugly face. You didn't say that.
That's the one thing I want parents to stop doing. Other than that,
my main thing that I would love to happen is for people. It was never a time growing up 50s, and probably even further than that. We go 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. It was not a problem for Miss Emma, Miss Brenda, Miss Gloria Jean down the road to tear your ass up for down there cussing.
True.
You knew it was just certain houses or in certain places that you might have been cussing coming from the park, but you don't cross the street now. You know, Miss Glenda made them sit on that porch all day. Now they done heard kids cuss all day down in the park and they ain't seen now one of them cuss. But once you cross that street into that neighborhood, it better be yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. Hey, how you doing? Walk by them houses and don't speak, and you see them older ladies on that. Hey, bring your ass here, baby. So you didn't see me on this porch, even though Miss Glenda could have spoke to me. I need to speak. Hey, how you doing? You need
I
me to
bet
take
you
the
you
trash
wouldn't have
out?
told her that.
Oh no, I won't tell her now. I won't tell her now, but at those times, our parents was okay with somebody who they believed that genuinely loved and cared about you to discipline you. And then tell your mama when you get there to call me so I can tell her what I told your ass up for. You know what? I just got to ask with I ain't going down this road and tell Joseph that Miss Glenda had to whoop me for me to get another one. I'm not telling her. I just got to ass whipping and I ain't got to go tell this secret to my mama that I got a whipping. For her to get on the phone and Miss Glenda say, yeah, Tony was coming down this road. Girl, I could have swore he was a wholesaler. I hear cussing like, oh, he was cussing. Yeah, so I tied him up a little bit, but he probably need another one. What the hell?
If mama and daddy was in the house, you was getting two, because mama gonna give you an ass whooping. Then when daddy got home, he gonna give you one.
So you down there, so you out here making us look bad. Come on in here. But I just got two. This will be the last one, but I need to have that ass too. Come on in here.
And if you say I just got two and you talking
back. Okay.
That's why when I hear people talk back, it feels strange to me because I still be ducking. You know what I'm saying? Looking back and shit because I knew I couldn't do it. I knew I couldn't do it. And Tony, you know for a fact I do everything I can to agitate my mama. Everything I can. And this lady still think that she can fight me and hit me and think I'm supposed to just stand there and take it. And if I put my arm up like I'm trying to block, oh, I'm disrespectful.
Listen, I agree with mama. Because, Lord, I don't care how old my kids get. I don't do my mama like that. They ain't going to do me like that.
So you want me to still let you hit my jaw?
Listen, watch your mouth then. Ain't like shit changed.
Let me tell you,
I'm still your mama.
Legacy asking y'all that shit. He be slipping and cussing and ducking all at my mama house.
Yeah, I know, cause she'll hit you. Tony, y'all think I'm lying? Her mama will hit you.
She have told me.
With a shoe. I'm talking about not no little light shoe, one of them heavy shoes.
Or she'll throw whatever is closest to
Yeah.
Legacy.
I try my best to just put my mouth on mute when I go to tell I'm on my mouth.
Yeah.
That's what I need to see. For real.
Oh, let me tell you, my mom will slap me into the building next week, and I dare not hit her.
Listen, that lady's sweet, but don't do no cussing.
Now, let me tell you, I don't even go over to her house, so my mom knows she got to come over to my house, or
you don't do no cussing there.
Look. Either
way it goes, she got to run up all them stairs to get to me.
You gotta come over here.
She gotta run up them stairs to get to me.
Come wade this water.
Yeah.
You say, come on, Cletus.
Yeah. But she don't forget much. So by the time you come back over there thinking you don't forgot, now your mouth bleeding because the shoe came over there.
Let me tell you, my mama tell you straight up, I ain't coming back over there. So she gotta catch me at my house.
But we gotta we as a community, seriously, we have to get back to protecting each other the same. Stop looking at, oh, we better than you, we got more than you. If we look at each other the same and love each other, it's just the main thing that I've noticed more than anything is we don't we can't. It's harder for us to love each other when we don't even love ourselves.
True.
Child, you just spoke a whole truth. That's a closeout right there.
Now we got one more thing to talk about. Oh, we're not gonna talk about the marijuana.
Oh, definitely.
Well, let's go on into it then.
Just another bill y'all governor done passed. Just want our viewers to be informed because we are such the people that are indulging and engaging in all these acts that he just keep making criminalized. Did you pull up the thing? Did you get it, or you want me to just talk about it?
You sent it to me?
Yeah, your messenger.
Let me see.
You see, that's the same thing that I
It's okay. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in.
She just sent this to me, Legacy.
Today. This evening, 9:02.
No, she said it after the show had already started.
Did you see it?
I'm seeing it now.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
No, it's not. When the show was on, I'm not checking messages.
Okay, but did you guys cover the new Good Dad Act, that the bill that was passed?
The what?
No,
you talking about
that?
Tony, I sent it to you on Messenger, and I also sent it to you in a text message just now.
See,
but yeah, you got more ground to stand on. Tallahassee just passed that law. We go in full effect tomorrow morning.
Well, what law you talking about, Thelma?
Hold on. Tony gotta pull it up.
It can't download, Justin.
It is the Good Dad Act. It's called the Good Dad Act of like the biological fathers. You know.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I did see that.
That black man who the lady, she gave birth to the child. She never put the biological dad on there, but she gave the kid up for adoption. The dad's sister wound up finding out it took this man every bit of 7 years, but in 7 years, the white couple that had that baby had to give it back. Under that umbrella, if any father claims that is a child and you did not put him on that birth certificate, automatically he could go down to the courts, claim that child, and that child is his moving forward if that child does not have a father on that birth certificate.
Wait, say this again now,
huh? You gotta look it up. It is like 50 things that fall up under the Good Dad Act.
And
this bill was passed. It was passed in Tallahassee, Florida. It goes in full effect July 1st.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
I'll look it up, but good Lord.
So for all y'all women that could just throw a man on your birth certificate, there's a man that could put his damn self on there if he knows his. So basically they balancing the books.
I was reading somewhere I was reading somewhere today also that there's a new law coming out. Either it's out already or it's coming out where
some things we should not let the people know, Tay.
Let me tell you, I think that is a beautiful thing. For you to listen, if the man is responsible.
But what if he ain't?
Let me tell you, a man that ain't responsible ain't going out his damn way.
No.
Look, some people want the clout.
But listen, they got a thing right now coming out. I'm gonna have it. It's in my phone somewhere. But if they're making it now, I want to say is it going to be a federal law or is it a Florida law? But from you know how the time of birth, the mother is considered a custodial parent.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's going to be abolished now, to where right now, when the woman has the child, and the child, you say that this man is the child's father, and he signed that birth certificate, he is also considered the custodial parent. And the courts have to recognize him as the custodial parent as well as the mom. So now, I wish I had, because I read it today and I meant to send it to you earlier, but we will have this for Tuesday to talk about. But it's a good thing because I can never understand how you can tell me that I'm good to pay child support. You can tell me that I need to have insurance and help pay for daycare and all of this other stuff, but you don't look at me as a custodial parent until well, in Georgia, you're not considered a custodial parent until you get your child legitimized and then sign the child's birth certificate. Just signing your child's birth certificate in the state of Georgia only allows for them to put you on child support. To have your child legitimized as you acknowledging that you are the father, the courts have proven that you are biologically the father, and now you can get 50-50 custody of your child. But that still doesn't make you a custodial parent or the custodial parent. It just makes you have rights to be able to, that you wouldn't normally have to this child other than to be a bank.
The heck going on here? Okay, Lord have mercy. So
Well,
I don't even know what to say about those two things. That I have to do some research.
Girl, do your research. Let me tell you, do your research, and you could call me, and I could bounce all them quarters off your head because I already did it. Because a friend was trying to ask me, "What does this mean?"
Woo!
Well, listen, ATL family, ATL
Oh
world.
wait, hold on.
Juicy got want to talk about her little thing.
So DeSantis signed a bill prohibiting medical marijuana at Florida recovery residences, even if recommended by a doctor. So what it's saying is, there we go. Medical marijuana is not going to be able to be used at like drug rehabilitation facilities where they're rehabilitating from drug use. Medical marijuana is considered, has been being able to be used by a doctor's prescription, because it's not a drug, it's now a medicine. But he's passed this bill saying that they cannot use it. Now they could take all these other drugs that actually, like, when people are trying to get off of meth, they give them a opiate that is just
Yeah.
as more addictive, and to get them to be less addictive to the other, now they're addicted to something else. Whereas marijuana could have broke that addiction and not have caused them to be addicted because it's used to help the brain choose better. But now that it's being not prohibited, so you can't use it, more people are going to be geared and pushed towards this pharmaceutical drugs to help break these addictions, and then they could find themselves even more addicted to other things. But it goes even more to say, all the hemp flowers that people are able to smoke, you can't purchase it if you're under the age of 21, whereas you could purchase it at 18. What I really had a problem with about the article, he's scrolling through it fast.
Want to go to the top?
Nah, it says he separately gave final approval to a hemp regulation that bans the sale of legal smokeless hemp products to people under 21. So those vape machines and stuff that people are using that are smokeless, but it's hemp.
Mm-hmm.
That's banned. People who are seeking licensing to run these drug rehabilitation programs, because a lot of those halfway houses have been popping up all over. People are getting a house and making group homes. In their bylaws, they have to have a provision written stating that they will not be using marijuana to help with their drug transition.
Well, the thing is, Cake, with that is this: if you look at the timing of when he's made this stance, this timing is based off of him getting money from Big Pharma that is saying, we're going to back you during the election, but we need you to remove the ability for people to get themselves together from opioids and things of that nature, by because marijuana it helps with so many different things. It helps people um with dyslexia, seizures, uh so many correct. It's so helpful and not as addictive in a way to where it affects your body or your brain to the sense of it makes you that addicted. People, I mean, I don't smoke it, you know what I'm saying, at all. It don't, really do nothing for me, but people that enjoy it. But it's crazy that you would be okay with a person being addicted to Percocets, um, addicted to oxycodone and these are the type of drugs that are addictive beyond we've had, and they don't want to really talk about the opioid outbreak that has been so detrimental to the white society because we don't have that much access to those type of drugs. Most black people get generic shit, but it's just crazy that this bill has been passed and in effect round about time for an election to come, and Big Pharma done snuck into his back pocket and he done took a lot of money. That's why he had to pass this in order to get this dark shadow money from the Big Pharma.
It's funny how it's not funny, but how you said earlier he was as running for the Republican part, he was reaching out to the conservatives. And he also further vetoed 2 criminal justice reform bills that aren't specifically about cannabis. They would be the ones that revised expungements and sentencing statuses. So he also stated that if he was elected to be president, he will not decriminalize marijuana. So you've got someone out here who is really, y'all better watch him. He's trying to hang you.
Yep. Well, listen, guys, it's that time. We want to thank you guys for taking the time to spend with us, and we try our best every Tuesday and Friday to give you guys as insightful information to educate you on things the best that we can. And then when we can't, we definitely dive into it with trying to get the information to enlighten you guys with knowledge, because a lot of time people won't do it. But the ATL show definitely will. We want to just thank y'all again, like I say, for tuning in and watching, because we definitely wouldn't be who we are and where we are without you out there in the ATL world. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to get up out of here and enjoy y'all holidays, those that celebrate holidays. Understand that the 4th of July is not our goddamn Independence Day. They just had that about a week or so ago. That was ours. This is these Crackers Day that they're going to celebrate independence from Great Britain. Don't you jump on that goddamn bandwagon knowing talking about your independence and you ain't got your goddamn independence yet. Quiet. Shush. Juke, let them know.
But if you eat watermelon, make sure it's seeded. And you can find me here every Tuesday and Friday on the ATL show. Facebook, Nicole Purse. Instagram, Miss Beautiful. Or TikTok, Miss Juicy Cakes. Check out my website. And for any of your homeopathic needs, you can set up a consultation. I'll be glad to help you.
Also, we're gonna bring out, as you see at the bottom, the boss lady. Even though she won't be getting her check this week, I'm gonna see to
I'm burning
that.
down your damn building about my cornages.
Don't worry, because there's a new stimulus coming out soon.
Nah, they can have that. Every time they give you something, they want something in return.
You better believe it. I don't want it.
And you don't be knowing what you selling your soul for.
We're gonna go ahead and bring out. Y'all hear the boss lady, Miss Sweetness herself. Tayama, Tyson mama. Let them know.
You can find me here on the ATL show, pretty much. Other than that, I'm trying to find myself, so don't come looking for me. That's it.
Where's Waldo?
I just don't understand. This woman just don't give the people all the information.
Let me tell you, if you really want to find me, you'll do the hard work to get in there. I am worth every bit of it. So find me, baby.
Please, if you find her, make sure you about your business, cause she carried in her titties.
And it's giving them all that information.
And it's legal now.
Yes.
Oh God.
It's
We're gonna go ahead and
for
bring.
me.
I told y'all.
It's legal to carry in your titty.
Amen. God say bless them.
It's been legal for her. Even if it wasn't legal, it's legal for her.
Amen.
We're gonna go ahead and bring out the boss man, one that makes it possible outside of the great God that's above. Mr. AB, the one that gets on my nerve. I know he gets on my goddamn nerve. Juicy ain't gonna tell the truth and tell Alma, she don't really answer her phone too much.
Don't say I tell the truth.
Let me tell you, for a person that need their damn hair done, and you gonna be bringing that big old Jawaka head over here. If I was you, I'd stop while I'm ahead.
AB, let them know.
What's up, everybody? Good evening. I'm Anthony Brown, yours truly. You can find me on all social media. That's
really?
Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. That's under Anthony Brown or The Anthony Brown Show. All of my Facebook page is called Anthony the Writer. Words I live by, and so should you, unless you got to grind until you shine. And for business purposes, you can reach out to me at 561-768-3710.
All right. Y'all already know who it is. This is the legacy, the great, the one and only, the one that make them shake. Ooh. Y'all can reach out to me. Y'all can reach out to me. Okay. I'm Legacy the Great. Y'all can reach out to me. Hit me up on Facebook, Dream Williams, YouTube at Legacy the Great. My email is legacyunlocked@mail.com. For business purposes only, you can hit me on my cell phone at 229-630-7615. You can also reach out to me at 561-907-9129. We're gonna definitely go out here, y'all. Let's try to just learn to love yourself. And once you learn to love yourself, we can learn to love one another. And we just out of here. Happy 4th of July to those that celebrate it, to those that know better. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Kate,
ATL,
let them know. Yeah.
28 grams of moss, 28 grams of moss. Little people the kings, little people the kings. Y'all ain't ready for this, y'all ain't ready for this. I'm the best, yeah. I'm the I'm the champion. I'm the champion. I'm the. Don't know why you cats wanna wait to beat with the street just to give you cats a chance to eat. What you got for early getting finished the plate. Now that I'm back, you rap cats are gonna have to wait. Been gone a whole year, still nobody got the leadership or the heart to even feel my spot. I'm the champion, must I say it again? The best in this rap game and I continue to win. See, I'm allergic to that, losing makes me sneeze. Like you phony rap cats about to make me squeeze. Bring your whole crew, nigga, I'ma swallow that. So when it pops off, ATL on a holler back. It's 28 grams, nigga. I've been running this shit. So anything in front of me can fuck around and get hit. I follow you rap cats, so you niggas my sons and I'm the truth. Why? Cause I'm the motherfucking champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. Still rep the AT, but I carry my throne. God bless the child that been holding home. And I am that child, as you niggas can see. Cause ain't another rapper out there better than me. And this goes to anybody trying to steal my spot. I'm number one in this shit, so number one you die. So when you gas scream, y'all is the best, I laugh. Like really, you cats don't really know the how. You do the math, and that's yourself who really great. Then add it up and watch it equal up to 28. So that's the damn cats know who really the done. I'm overall, I let you niggas fight for number one. See, I put that on my life, put that on my son. Gotta stay the best of people licking trade love. And my throne on the key, you can put that on my heart and I'm the God. Cause I'm the motherfucking champion.